another time here. I remember Karine talking about this. But before we get into the subject, I have a question for you. When you borrow something or when someone lends you something, how do you take care of this? Do you take good care or you just, I don't care, if it breaks, it breaks. How do you care for the thing that is not yours? Yes, and probably when you return, you are going to return better than you got it in first hand, right? Well, we forgot something. We always forget something. We are not our own. We are God's property. And we have to understand that we have to take care of our bodies better than the things that are our own. We are not our own. And we always forget about that. So Sister White says, when we realize the fact that we are not our own, but bought with infinite price, even the blood of the Son of God, we shall have no desire to devote our mental and physical powers to our own interests, but we shall feel a deep sense of obligations to the Creator and to His cause, and of our duty to faithfully perform what He requires of us. So we know very well the bad effects of sugar in our bodies. We gain weight, we can have heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, dental issues, kidney stones, skin aging, brain damage, liver damage. We know all this, and I'm not gonna go through all this again because you know that. But why is it so difficult to change? Because when we consume highly palatable foods like high carbohydrates, fat, salt, sugar, artificial sweeteners, that triggers the pleasure centers of our brains and releases feel-good chemicals such as dopamine and serotonin. But you know, we can also have this feel-good and better when we eat the way God intended us to eat. Not only this processed, high palatable foods. Other thing, why it's so difficult for us to change? Because some foods can associate with cherished memories, Thanksgiving, birthday, when we are together with family, traditions that we have with friends and families, and others since we are born. The feeding is associated with soothing, with social interaction. So that's why it's so difficult for us to change the way we eat. But we have to remember, everything is permissible for me, but not everything is beneficial. Everything is permissible for me, but I will not be mastered by anything. We must break the chain. We are not our own. So the American Heart Association recommends that children above 2 years can have less than 25 grams per day of sugar. For women, same thing. For men, a little higher, 36 grams. But how much sugar we are consuming right now? The average American consumes about 77 grams of sugar per day, which is about 19 teaspoons, compared to 9 teaspoons for men, 6 for women, and less than 6 for children 2 and above. I'll need 9 volunteers, kids. Can you help me? I need 9. So just we visualize more or less in what we are consuming. So much sugar. So come, I need 9, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. One more? Do I have 9 here? Thank you. I appreciate your help. And I'll start with you. So, just grab one thing here. Yes, that's fine. And just hold for the hold here and item. So can you see there where we are having our intake of sugar? I have 65 grams in Coca-Cola, 12 grams on Gatorade, 38 grams in the Dunkin' Donuts coffee, 62 grams on Pepsi, 58 grams on Mountain Dew, 44 grams on Snapple tea, is how we pronounce. Yes, those iced tea. 19 grams on the regular kids fruit punch. 31 grams on that little package of M&Ms. And our winner is the Sour Patch. On that little package, we have 84 grams of sugar. So we don't realize how much sugar we are having per day. Remember, for women, 6 tablespoons, teaspoons. I'm getting more for you, no. 6 teaspoons. For men, 9. For kids, less than 6. So we have to pay attention on what we are having on our daily basis. But how can we substitute that? Because, you know, it's hard just, we're not going to use sugar anymore. Let me just grab here. Let me release my helpers. You can put it here. Thank you. How can you just use something else instead? I'm going to give you some options so you don't, I cannot live without sugar. So we have some natural sugar substitutes. The first one, fresh fruits. You can use dates, bananas, applesauce instead of real sugar. You can use stevia, even though it has an aftertaste. You can use a little bit. It is very powerful. Monkey fruit extract. It's very good and doesn't have the aftertaste. You also can use raw honey. Coconut sugar is an option. Molasses. Maple syrup. Let me go back here. Okay, so you have many options here. Of course, you are not going to use a lot of this. It is sugar, but it's better than regular sugar or artificial sweeteners. There are some natural sugar that we have to avoid. They're not good. And if you have any question about, you can come and ask me. and I can try to help. Agave nectar, they're not good, okay? So avoid it. Sugar alcohols like xylitol, erythritol, I don't even know how to pronounce. So, not good. And this one, well known, high fructose corn syrup is a type of natural sweetener, but they are very, very bad for us. How can we reduce the sugar intake? Quick. Avoid adding sugar to meals or snacks. If you need to drink something with your meals, drink a little bit of water. Better not, but no sodas or teas. When you are baking, reduce the amount of the recipe. If it asks you for 2 cups of sugar, use 1 cup or a little bit more than a cup. Don't use the full amount. Use more spices. That will help you on the flavor of your food, and you won't need much sugar. And when you buy something, check the nutritional labels, okay? So just remember, we are not our own, for we were bought with a price. Glorify you, glorify God in the body He lent you. It's not yours.